Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. How was your week? I hope it was an emotional and mentally healthy week. But if not, don't worry. Today is our day for us to recharge and regroup and let it all out. I am your host, Shay, and I welcome all of my Shea Buttercups to our show. Yes, this is our show, our platform. And you know how we do it. We don't do long intros, so I'm going to get straight to it so we can get through it. Today's topic is very well needed, especially when you're trying to be mentally and emotionally healthy, which is what we specialize in. It's about forgiveness. Now, do you need an apology to forgive? What do you think? I'm going to give you my answer. I'm just going to get straight to it and tell you, no. No, you do not need an apology to forgive. And here's why. So we're going to rip the Band-Aid off, because that's what we do. We cannot heal from our trauma. We cannot forgive. We cannot be mentally and emotionally healthy unless we rip that Band-Aid off. So we're going to do that all throughout today's show. If you are relying on an apology to forgive, you are putting your mental and emotional health in someone else's hands. They may not be sorry. One more time. They may not be sorry for whatever they have done to you. So while you're sitting around waiting for God knows how long for those two little words that you may never get, you are delaying your health. Your mental and emotional state is on life support because you are waiting for something that you may not receive. They may not feel bad about how they did you. They may not feel they were wrong. They may go on and sleep and drool on their pillow at night because you are not a thought in their mind. Meanwhile, you are on life support. You in the ICU. So we're not relying on someone else to say, I'm sorry. We are not waiting for someone else to realize their error if they do. We're not waiting for someone else to start our mental and emotional health. We are going to do that ourselves. We're ripping that Band-Aid off. We need that fresh air. The sore cannot heal if it's covered. If it is covered, it gets moist and wet and sweat and infected. We are not infecting our mental and emotional health. We are not affecting our mental and emotional health. I had to say that numerous times so you can understand what we are not going to do. One more time. We are not about to infect our mental and emotional health for anybody. That is anybody. Everybody is included, including ourselves. We are not going to hold ourselves back from being mentally and emotionally healthy. Why would we do that? What good is that going to do for us? You know, I had to learn that myself because I had a couple of people who I thought were close to me that really, truly hurt me. I mean, it was terrible. I thought they had my back. Turns out they had a knife in their hand. So I had to learn, Shay, everybody is not for you. And to this day, I have not received an apology from any of those people. To this day. Now, am I over? Of course. That was just an example. I'm just putting it in real life because it's our show. So I'm going to put some of me in here because it's about all of us. We all have to be mentally and emotionally healthy. This is about you, me, and us. And the only people we need to rely on is me, myself, and I when it comes to our mental and emotional health. Had I waited for that apology, who knows where I would be? Who knows how I would feel? We do not have to become our trauma. We do not have to become our hardships. It is a part of our history, not our personality. One more time. It is a part of our history, not our personality. If they're not sorry, if they don't feel they're wrong, if they want to sleep great at night knowing they did you so wrong, that is on them. You leave them alone. You leave them where they messed you up at. And you do not return. Remember that trash we took out in trauma? We're going to drag it all the way down the drive. We're going to leave it on the curb because that's where trash belongs, on the curb. Not in the house. Not in our mental. Not messing up our emotional states. That's too expensive. You are too expensive for my mental emotional state. You are a cancer is what you are, because you are infecting my happiness. And what do we do when we have cancer? We get that out, do we not? Do we not try to get that out with the quickness? Because that can kill us. Mentally and emotionally distraught can and probably will kill you. It is a silent killer. That is why we specialize in being mentally and emotionally healthy. Because we got too much to do. We got too much to do, too much life to live to be wasted on that. You will not have the rest of my life. You might have these couple of months, couple of years, or however long that it has been since you've known so-and-so. But they will not get the rest of your life. They may have 5 years, but they're not getting the next 5 years. See how that works? You have 5 years of my life, but you're not getting the next 5 years. You're not even getting the next 5 minutes. Because that is too expensive. You cannot have the next minute of my life. That is where we are today. Whether they apologize or not. One more time. Whether they apologize or not, we are not waiting for you. We are not codependent on you. We are not going to suffer for you. We are going to leave you where you at, and we are going to move on. I'll be moving on. Oh, moving on. That's what we're doing. Keep it rolling. Keep it pushing. Keep it going. Now, would it be nice to get an apology? I'm going to say, I'm going to tell you why I say Because, apology could just mean, I'm sorry. Did they mean it? Who knows? Was it heartfelt? Probably. Could have been. Might have been. It's a question mark. But tell me, how many times have someone said, I'm sorry, and you actually felt better instantly? One more time. How many times have someone apologized and you felt better instantly? Didn't you have to kind of work through that apology? Like, okay, I got my apology now. I guess I got to accept it. It took some time. Did it not? Did it not take time after the apology for you to smooth it over and keep it moving? So what are we actually waiting for? It's not going to speed up our healing. It's not going to do anything. In fact, it might make you even madder. It might piss you off. Because what exactly are you sorry for? What you said, how you did me, what you did behind my back, that secret you kept me, what you done to me emotionally, how you left me out in the cold. What part are you sorry for? All of it, some of it, a little bit of it, or none of it? What exactly, specifically? Include the details. Include what you said. Include what you did. Include what you did not do. Include the broken promises. Include the betrayal. Include the thefts that you have done in that apology. And maybe, just maybe, you will get some relief. So since it's no guarantee that apology is going to feel better, why are we waiting for it? Because we want them to feel sorry of what they've done to us? Because we want them to feel the loss of us? Who cares? If they are not smart enough to know that they did you wrong, what makes you think they're smart enough to know they lost something good? One more time. If they are not smart enough to realize they did you so dirty, what makes you think they're smart enough to realize they lost something good, something so rare. It's like winning the Powerball. It's like finding $1 million in cash in your mailbox. It is like finding a 54-carat diamond in your yard. That is how rare you are. That is how rare you are. You are that 56-carat diamond in your yard. How many people can say, hey, I got 56 carat in my yard? It's right there. How many people? Not many, if any. You don't come around every day. One more time. You do not come around every day. And if they are not smart enough to see your value, bye-bye. Because we don't hang with stupid people. Hanging with stupid people, we fare badly. Hanging with stupid people, we fare badly. And you know what they say? Birds of a feather flock together. We ain't stupid. I can't be associated with you because I don't want them to feel like I have your mental capacity. You have the IQ of a grape. I cannot be associated with someone who has the IQ of a grape. You got to stay here. I got to go. Leave them where they had you messed up at because they were not smart enough to see your value and keep you in their life. And that includes family, that includes friends, that includes coworkers, bosses, spouse, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncle, grandparents, whoever is doing you wrong, they got to go. Respectfully, depending on who it is. And I say respectfully because if it is our parents, we can't just cuss them all out. I mean, we can, but we should not. One more time. We can, but why should we go back to their level? Why should we come off of our high platform and go all the way down to their level? For what? What good would that do to our reputation? How is that going to help your mental, your emotional? So respectfully, no thank you. Respectfully, don't call me anymore. Respectfully, if it is not life or death, mother, father, I am not interested unless you can respect my boundaries. Because it works two ways. Just because they are your parents does not mean that they cannot respect your boundaries. Everybody has a right to boundaries. One more time. Everybody has a right to respect and boundaries. Now, we are not talking about a 6-year-old. And even if we are, we don't want to mistreat that 6-year-old because that 6-year-old is going to grow up big and strong one day. And what they have endured may turn out to be what they become. It starts at home. Now, that's on them. But why put them through an unnecessary trauma? So respectfully, we're good. That's usually how that goes. When they are when they endure so much in their toddler, their adolescent, their young adult years from their parents, usually respectfully and sometimes disrespectfully, we good. We are super good. Is that not the case in some people's families? Like, you my mama, but I'm good. Where were you when I needed protection? Where were you when I needed you? So now that you need me, you want me to be Superman and Superwoman? Skirt? No. We're going to bust that U-turn. Respectfully, I cannot. If they are a cancer to your mental, cut it out. Get rid of it. We do not keep cancer around. We are not friends. We're not besties. We are spending so much money running up all of our insurance, all kinds of prayers to get this cancer out of our body because it is deadly. If they are not good for your mental and emotional health, they got to go, and they got to go now. Not in December 21st, December 31st, next year, next week, one more chance, or if it happens again. No, right now. Not at midnight, not tomorrow, not in an hour, not after you had that last conversation. And why do you need to have one more conversation? What is that going to do besides upset you? If they didn't understand how you felt the first 10 million times, that one conversation is a waste of your time. So right now, you got to go now. Get out. Get out of my house. Get out of my mental. Get out of my emotions. You cannot heal until you start to take action. You have to remove what is hurting you. One more time. You cannot heal without action. You have to remove what is hurting you. And sometimes it's the people you love because they don't love you. Woo! Did I hit a nerve? Take a seat, sip a drink, rest in peace to your feelings. One more time. Sometimes you have to remove the people you dearly, truly, wholeheartedly love that you would give your last dollar, your last dime, your last shirt to, because they will not do the same for you. Rip that Band-Aid off. You have to. You got to if you want to heal. I have to. I had to. It's both. I have to because I'm sure I'm going to go through more things in life. And I had to in the past. Nobody is exempt. We have to rip these Band-Aids off if we want to be healthy. If we do not and it becomes infected, we are in trouble. We are not waiting on nobody to be mentally and emotionally healthy. Wait on them for what? We do not need them. Why do you need cancer? Have you ever heard anybody say, girl, I can't wait till I get that cancer? Girl, I got that cancer. Says nobody. You do not need that cancer. In fact, if you go your entire life without having cancer, aren't you not good? Won't he do it? Praise Jehovah. Hallelujah, baby. We are not waiting on anybody. Me, myself, and I, we are taking control of our mental and emotional health. Why? Because we are the ones that's going to benefit, and we are the ones who are going to suffer if we don't. They are not suffering. If they were suffering, they would have been smart enough to not do you wrong in the first place. One more time. If they were going to suffer, they would have been smart enough, intelligent enough to not do you wrong in the first place. We are not given third chances. Second chances, maybe. Now, I'm going to say maybe because we are all imperfect. I am imperfect. I may have to apologize. No, there's no may. I do have to apologize sometimes for my imperfections. But see, that is not intentional. There's an imperfection and there is a intentional. Did you intentionally try to hurt me? Or was that your imperfection? Learn the difference. Learn the difference. Learn the difference. Was that an imperfection? Or did they do that intentionally? Learn the difference. We all have to say, I'm sorry. We all have to say, I forgive you. We all have to do that because we're all imperfect, thanks to Adam and Eve. Thanks to our first parents. We all have to say, I'm sorry. Because we are imperfect. Now, if we intentionally hurt somebody, we have to take that consequence, whatever that is. And so do they. Learn the difference. So second chances are not always bad. I gave my husband a second chance when we first dated. That's a whole other story. Was it a huge second chance? No, it was so petty. That's why it's not. See, sometimes everything is not worth an apology. Some things are, but some things are so petty you can let it go. So second chances are not always bad. I gave my husband a second chance and look where we are today. I am so happily married. That is the best thing that ever happened to me. Marrying my husband was one of the best decisions I could have made for myself. One more time. second chances are not always bad. That third chance, oh no, 3 strikes you out. 3 strikes you out, baby, because that's intentional. See, the second time, that was imperfection. I'm sorry, I messed up. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't see that tree in the road. I should have went around it. My bad. That's all on me. See, that's accountability. When you take accountability, that's how you get the second chance. One more time. When you take accountability for the part that you played, that is how you receive the second chance. The third time was intentional. See, we already talked about it for the second time. We already reviewed it. We went through it. We discussed it. A third time, 3 strikes you out. Bye-bye. So let's not get caught up in, well, the first time you do me wrong. It really depends on what we're talking about. Now, when you're talking about something severe, then they got to go. We're talking about petty stuff right now. Petty things. If it is severe, we're not giving second. I'm not going to give you another chance to do me wrong. If you cheat on me, you don't get a second chance to do that. That's just for me. I'm only speaking for myself. If you cheat on me, you don't get a second chance to do me wrong. That's a betrayal. If they betray, and it don't always have to be romantic. If they betray your love, your trust, your heart, your emotions for them, whether they get a second chance is up to you. But I'm going to warn you. You may not see them the same. One more time. You may not see them the same. So can you get it back to what it was? I don't know. They don't know. Time will tell. Are you willing to give it however long to see? Or do you want to rip the Band-Aid off and say, you know what, I'm good. We're good. We're all good. So learn the difference between imperfection and intentional. Everybody don't deserve a second chance. But second chances are not always bad. Look what happened to mine. Now, had I said, you know what, nah, I'm good. Would I be happily married today? I don't know. I don't know. We just don't know. It wasn't worth not seeing the potential. That second chance that I gave him was not worth me possibly missing out. It wasn't a big deal, is what I'm trying to say. If it was maybe they're late on the first date, maybe they said we're going to be there at 6 and they showed up at 6:25. They didn't call, but when they got there, they had an explanation. Maybe their phone battery died, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you say, okay, the first day wasn't that good. I'll give you a second chance. That is what we're talking about here. We're talking about something on that level. My husband was not late on the first date. That was just an example. That it was around that area. It wasn't worth me possibly not finding out what could come of this. And look what happened with that second chance. That was one of the best decisions I made in my life. So we are not cutting everybody off at the knees. Some people may deserve, including yourself. You might deserve or may need a second chance because, again, you are imperfect too. Let's not always talk about everybody else. We got to put ourselves in here. One more time. Let's not always talk about everybody else. We have to put ourselves in here. We might need the second chance. That starts with accountability. Take accountability for what you said, what you did, what you should have, could have, would have, didn't do. And ask for that second chance. Now, if you want to be prideful and, have an ego, then we're going to leave you where we met you. You're going to get left where they met you. See, this includes you too. You could be a cancer to somebody else. Maybe you have done someone wrong and you're not sorry. I've done someone wrong and I definitely was not sorry. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they hurt me first. But did that help anything? No, it did not. All it did was, first of all, delay my healing. Second of all, piss me off because I didn't feel that relief right away. That's what I'm telling you. You're not always going to feel that relief right away. That get back might do you wrong. So because they hurt me first and I try to get back with them. We're not talking about anything about, cheating or sleeping around. We're talking about other things. But it didn't do me any good. It was a huge waste of my time. Had I left them where I met them the first time, I would have been super good. I would have been so good. Amazing. So everybody do not deserve that second chance. So I had to take accountability. I took accountability. I did. I was so wrong. Was I sorry? I was sorry that the hurt that I caused, because that was on me. I could have chosen a different route. See, that's accountability. You want them to hurt how you hurt. But all that does is lead to more trauma. So I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused because I should have left you the first time. That's what I should have did. I should have left you behind the first time. But I did not. I chose to stick around and I ended up doing you how you did me. And and where we are today. We're not talking today. We are not friends. We are not anything. So we ended up breaking apart anyway. We ended up not in each other's lives anyway. So sometimes that second chance is a huge waste of your time, your energy, your money, your feelings, your thoughts, your prayers, you. Sometimes it's a waste of you. We are not trash. Let's stop wasting our time and wasting our energy and wasting ourselves on these good for nothing people. So I had to learn. Now, did I apologize? No, I did not. Because I honestly was not sorry. So I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly was not sorry. I shouldn't have done that. That was dead wrong. I completely admit that. But I am not sorry. Because you deserved it in my feelings. In my feelings, in my mental, in my emotional, you deserve that and some. I should have added tax on that. But you know what really hurts a person? I'm going to give you a little secret. As I got a little older. When you just leave them alone, they can't take that. See, when you get back, they know they got your emotions. They know you kind of care because you want them to hurt how you hurt. We're not doing that no more. Gone are the days we crying and watching soap operas. The day's over. Can't believe that it's over, baby. It's over. Gone are those days. When you just pack your stuff, you pack your heart, pack your emotions, pack your panties, your boxers, and get on, they look like, wait a minute, what's going on here? They can't take that. You mean to tell me you ain't gonna do nothing? No get back, no call, no text message, no nothing? You just gonna disappear? Yeah. That is called leaving you where you messed me up at. That is what that is called. That last conversation, that long paragraph, we're not doing that no more. We're not wasting no more seconds. When they screw up, leave at that particular moment. Leave. They got to go. Cut them like split ends. Have you ever seen a hairstyle? It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But them split ends is messing it up. And as soon as you cut them split ends off that hair thrive. Do it not? Do that hair not grow? Does it not look healthy? Does it not shine? It's like, woo, child, yes, I'm so glad it's gone. That very second, we're leaving. Now, we're not leaving because we want them to feel sorry they lost out on us. Because, again, if they were that smart, they wouldn't have done us wrong in the first place. We're not leaving hoping they will feel our presence or lack thereof. We are leaving because we decide that we are going to be mentally and emotionally healthy, and you are a cancer to my health. That is why we're leaving. When you leave for you, you never come back. Why would you come back to what hurt you? One more time. Why would you come back to what hurt you? Why would we do that to ourselves? See, they hurt us. We can't control what they do, but we can control what we do. We're leaving. We're out. Adios. Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Deuces. We're out of here at that second. No more conversation. No, do not wait until they get off. We ain't sending text messages. We ain't sending emails. We are blocking and walking. We are blocking and walking. One more time. I'm going to slow it down. We are blocking and walking. I don't need your apology. I don't need you to be sorry. I don't need to talk to you any further than right now. Because my mental and emotional health do not depend on you. Some people want that. Some people need to have the 30 missed calls. What if you don't get any missed calls? Then what? What if you don't get any missed calls? Then what? What is that going to do for your emotional and mental state? So they don't miss me? They're not sorry? Did I mean anything to them? See, now you're even worse than you were before. Why take that risk? Cut them off. As soon as you see cancer on the test, is it not time to make a plan? When that test come back positive, we got to go. We got to put into action. Are them doctors not saying, hey, we got to get on this if you want a fighting chance? That is how severe, that is how urgent we are moving. The second, not minutes, the second, not minutes, they do us wrong, leave. Right now, today, move your feet. We automatically walk forward. Leave them behind. Leave them where they had you messed up at, and do not go back. See, that's the hardest part. Nobody talks about that part. Everybody always say, leave them where they met you up at. Okay, so I left you where you messed me up at. But let's talk about how hard that really is. Because it was hard for me to do that. When I left, then where they had me messed up at, that hurt. Because again, I thought you had my back. You were my day ones. I didn't know you had knives in your hand. I didn't know that. You didn't know that. It is hard to leave someone you care about where they messed you up at, because you never thought it would be them. And ain't that how it go? It's always the ones you last expect that would do you the dirtiest. It's not always easy to cut them off. We are ripping the Band-Aid off. We have to. We got to. It is not always easy to throw them deuces in the air. The songs on the radio will love to have you believe that. Your friends who are not going through what you're going through will love to have you believe it's super easy. It is easier said than done when your emotions are tied to that person. And you have to pack your panties, pack your boxers, pack your deodorant, your toothbrush, your feelings, your heart, your care, your memories, your time, your energy, your love. It is not easy to do. It's hard. But isn't the right thing to do always hard? It usually is. I won't say always. I'll say majority. The right thing to do is usually hard. If it's easy, it's probably wrong. We're going to tell the truth. If it's easy, it's probably wrong. Because if it was easy, everybody would do the right thing. Don't you think? If it were easy, everybody would do the right thing. We're ripping that Band-Aid off. It is hard to cut communication off. It is hard to get over those feelings, those memories, those times you share, however much time passed. It is not an overnight project. Just because we left does not mean we are healed. That is day one of our healing. And it's going to take as long as it takes. There is no time limit on healing. If it takes 2 years, baby, take 2.5. One more time. If it takes 2 years, take 2.5. What are you hurt? What's your rush? Because once we mentally and emotionally heal, we're good. Are we not? We don't ever, once we heal, it's a wrap. Is it not? So why delay the healing? The second they pull that move, the second they try you, leave. You tried it. You failed. You fumbled. You are the rare diamond in the yard. Everybody don't have that. If they cannot appreciate what you are, leave them where they are. Because we don't hang with stupid people. The stupid people fare badly. Ignorant people fare badly. And ignorance just means you are not aware of what's going on. That is what ignorant means. You are not aware of what's going on. That's what that means. We do not have time to waste. Because we don't know how much time we have left. So if they are ignorant, if they are lacking knowledge or awareness, uneducated, unsophisticated, that is the definition of ignorant. One more time. If they are lacking knowledge, lacking awareness, uneducated, unsophisticated, they are not worth one more second. One more second. One more second of our time. A minute is too long. A minute is too long. You ever been quiet for a whole minute? Try it right now. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing for 60 seconds. And see how long that is. Just 1 minute. That's a lot of time to waste. We're going to try that right now. We are not going to do anything, nothing for 60 seconds. Just letting y'all know I'm still here. We are still going through the 60 seconds. Again, letting you know I'm still here. We are going through the 60 seconds. I am still here. We are going through the 60 seconds. See how long this is? Do you understand what I'm talking about? We are still going through the 60 seconds. Are they worth this time? We are still going through the 60 seconds. We are still going through the 60 seconds. This is what I'm talking about. See how much time that was? Do you see how much time that was? Are they worth that time? The second they try you, the second they do you wrong, the second they show that monster, they show their true colors, they show that knife, that gun in their hand, leave. Your life, your mental, your emotional depends on it. Is it easy? No, it's not. Is it easy? No, it's not. Is it easy? No, it is not. It is hard. It hurts. I hurt. You hurt. We hurt together. We hurt. That hurts. It hurts. It's gonna hurt. It burns. Let it burn. Because that's how you heal. You got to let it go its course. You got to rip that Band-Aid off. Let it get some fresh air. Because, baby, when you heal, you are good. When you heal, we are good. Mentally and emotionally healthy. How many times have you went back to something you healed from? When you heal from a trauma or you heal from hurt feelings, how many times do you recall that situation? How many times does it come to mind? If it comes to mind, you are not healed. When you let it go, you forgot about it. When you forget, it can no longer hurt you. One more time. When you forget, it can no longer hurt you. Slow it down. When you forget, it can no longer hurt you. Why wait that 60 seconds? That long, dried out 60 seconds to heal. Baby, I can start right now. I don't know how much time I have left. Maybe I only have an hour left on this planet, and you are not going to get not 1 second of that hour. Not 1 second of that hour. We don't know. We don't know how much time we have left. And if we only have an hour, they're not getting 1 second of that hour. That last hour is for you. That last hour is for you. One more time, slow it down, Shay. That last hour is for you. We're leaving. It is not easy. It hurts. It burns. We're going to cry. We're going to have to pray. We're going to have to do what we have to do to get over it. Yes, it's going to take how long it's going to take. Now, is it always easy? Yeah. Sometimes, depending on the circumstance, it can be easy. But the majority, sometimes it is not. We ripping the Band-Aid off. We're going to keep it straight buck here. Straight 100 here. Straight a Benny. A straight Benjamin. If you don't know, Benjamin Franklin is on a $100 bill. We're going to keep it a Benny here. It is not always easy to leave someone where you met them. Can it be? Maybe. Maybe. But usually no. We have to rip the Band-Aid off. We have to keep it a Benny and say, you know what? You are cancer to me. You are cancer to me. If you have cancer in your left leg, are you going to risk your life to keep that left leg? Yes, it's going to hurt. It's going to suck to lose your left leg, but your life depends on it. That is what we're talking about. It is so severe. We have to cut it off. Cut them off. Do you want to? No, you don't. Is it better for you? Yes, it is. One more time. Do you want to? No, you don't. Is it better for you? Yes, it is. I have yet to meet someone who lost a limb and couldn't wait to lose it. Oh, girl, I can't wait to get rid of that leg, that foot, that toe, that arm, that leg, that finger. Oh, I'm glad it's gone. Woo! Said nobody ever. Anybody who lost a limb did not want to lose that limb, but it was their life depended on it. Their life depended on it. It was severe. Do we want to? Maybe not. Do we have to? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And then we're going to forgive. Why? Because if we don't, it's going to fester. See, forgiveness does not mean we are saying they wasn't wrong. No, we acknowledge that. Forgiveness does not erase what they done. We're not skating over that. We're not stepping over. Oh, no. You were dead wrong. You were dead wrong. I'm forgiving you for me, not you. Because I am not going to delay my mental, my emotional health because of you. I'm not going to be codependent on you. I ain't waiting for you. I don't need you. You don't need an apology. You will like one. You don't need an apology. You will like one. Can you heal? Can you forgive without one? Yes, you can. Because honestly, the majority of the time, you ain't going to get it. Rip the Band-Aid off. You may not get the apology you're looking for. They may not be sorry. They may not care. They may not be losing sleep. They may not. They just may not. They were not smart enough to keep you. They were not smart enough to see our value. Remember that diamond in the driveway? Now, if you see a 56 karat diamond in your driveway, You know what you got. Hold up now. That don't happen every day. People like us don't come around every day. And if they cannot see our value, leave. It is not your responsibility for them to see your value. It is not your responsibility to have them see your value. It is not your responsibility to make them know your worth. It is theirs. You are not responsible for their lack of knowledge. One more time, slow it down, Shay. You are not responsible for their lack of knowledge. It is not your responsibility for them to know what they got. If they don't know it, leave them alone. They're too ignorant to be in your presence. You got to go. You got better things to do with your time. With that hour you got left, you got better things to do, and you can't waste 1 second on them. Because they're too ignorant to notice you gone anyway. One more time, they're too ignorant to notice you're gone anyway. So we're leaving. Our mental and emotional health is not codependent on anyone else. Our mental, our emotional health is not codependent on anyone else. When you have a codependent, you are relying on somebody. You don't have to rely on anybody. You can forgive without an apology. That does not mean we are erasing the wrongdoing. They were dead wrong. It just means we are not going to become our trauma. We are not going to become our trauma. We are not going to become our trauma. I'm not going to become you. I'm not going to become you. I'm not going to become you. You are not going to become them. You are too good for that. You are that diamond. You were the prize. They fumbled. Could have had a touchdown. Could have had a touchdown. They fumbled. They threw it away. Interception. Interception. Was that on you? No, they lost the ball. They fumbled the ball. It is not your responsibility for them to carry you past that touchdown line. It is not your responsibility for them to carry you past. If they want a touchdown, they better run for it. They better run for it. When you run, you are moving. That is action. Put in that work. You want to win the game? You want that touchdown? You want that 6 points? Because it's 6 points, not 7. One more time, it's 6 points. The 7 is the field goal. But we ain't on that. If you want them points on that board, you got to have action. You better take that football and run and score that touchdown. If you fumble it, you know how many points you get? 0. If they fumble you, you know how much time they get afterwards? 0. Same rules apply. We don't need an apology. We will like an apology. We don't need an apology. We will like an apology. We don't need an apology. I have to repeat myself because sometimes we didn't get it the first time. Sometimes we did not get it the first time because we have a habit of tricking ourselves into believing delusional thoughts. Like, oh, they're going to miss me. They're going to be sad I'm gone. Oh, if you think you're lonely now, that is not always the case. Sometimes they don't care. Does that have to delay us? No, it does not. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to pack our suitcase. We're going to take them tears. We're going to heal, and we're going to get the bleep on. That is what we're going to do. Forgiveness does not require an apology. It's nice to have one. Sometimes it don't even work. So if it's up in the air, why are we going to delay our mental and emotional healing for something that's up in the air, a question mark? We don't know if it's going to make us feel better or not. We want them to feel that hurt. We want them to feel that void of losing us, but they were not smart enough to keep us in the first place. So why are you even betting on that? We're not going to bet on that. They're stupid. They told us that. They're ignorant. They told us they were ignorant. So we're going to leave them alone. They're not for us, and that's okay. They're not for us, and that's okay. They're not for you. They're not for me. They're not for we. And we're going to leave it right there, you guys. I really wish you guys, and I hope, and I want to put it in the air, that you have a mental and emotional healthy weekend. We are going to be healthy. I wish you a mentally and emotional healthy week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are healing. Shea Buttercups. Ladies and gents, we are healing together. And let's keep healing together. We tune in every Monday for our talks, for our sessions, for our woosah moment. I love healing with you guys. I love healing with you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Be healthy this week. Until next time.